cleans up in the end, G2.
O Halbach ainda tentou fazer o seu, puxou o míssil, arremessou, mas não acertou. No tiro ele buscou!
A 9-3 curse that turns into that G2 win of map 1. Joshua T, all good, all good. We got worried for a second, it was an 8-0, and we've seen G2 come back from disadvantages like this one in the past and international events and Furia Americas. What are some of the things that you tell your team to make sure that you're able to recover this way?
Well, I mean, I didn't expect them to come out punching like that, and I'm glad we got tested this early in the series. It's just about keeping poise, confidence, and just relying on the fundamentals. We were making a lot of mental errors, I would say, in the first 8 rounds, and it's just making sure like we're sharp. And so it's nothing like without some pressure that like brings the boys into focus and start like really playing the game. So that was fun to watch. Hopefully we bring it to map 2.
Yeah, and that is a second map of Ascent that we haven't seen in a long time, and everybody's talking Waylay on Ascent. Is there any chance that we're gonna see that?
You're gonna see Waylay.
Actually, yeah. Okay, that's a promise.
Yeah.
I hope it's real. Okay, we'll figure it out. Let's see.
Okay, the Waylay is hype, but we're going to talk about that in a second. I want to talk about the first 8 rounds that Josh was mentioning there, because it kind of is crazy how quickly a half can slip away when you're losing critical buy rounds, critical swing rounds. And I'm going to look at 3 here, starting with round number 3. Now, the first thing for G2 is I was really surprised with how they were playing, because usually this team, how they play around Jonah P is they hold on to his utility. Like that stun, he'll hold on to that reactively, use that a minute into a round. Instead, in these early rounds, G2 were using that very early on. You can see sort of up here on your mini-map, he's set up for a fault line going into the corner. That ability is already gone at the start of the round. And because Furia are seizing this space onto the B site so quickly, what it means is that G2 are without that critical ability for the retake. And they're going to come in flooding very heavily through Baby Door. Now, the rest of their team pretty far back, so it's all up to those 3 players to win this fight. And the first fight they take is going to be with some Jonah P utility, right? He's got the Breach Blast, he tosses a flash on up there, but a great counter flash on the opposite side means that this fight just ends up being a 1-for-1 for G2. And then we're at a situation where just a minute and 24 seconds into the round, Jonah P has 0 pieces of utility. From here on out, it is all gunplay, and this is where Furia, with a quad swing into this corner, absolutely rinsed G2. It falls apart in just a blink of an eye for them. So then we skip ahead to round 5. You know, they lose round 4. Now they've got another buy round here with the rifles. But again, they're using this fault line right off the rip. And look at the positioning on the minimap from Furia, right? They read this instantly and are adjusting by sprinting over, sprinting over into the seaside, right? Get a little bit fun there. But this is where I'm a little bit confused with what G2 was actually doing, right? Because they thrive in very controlled round states. They thrive when they can sort of set the pace, play planned retakes, and instead here, they go for 3 players moving in on the flank. And what this means is that the rest of their team is very weak, right? The map is getting flipped into them over towards their own spawn, and this 3 players going up on the flank here, well, they're not ready to clear away the Clove. Heat is lying in wait right here, gets the first kill, and even though he's eventually going to be traded out, he comes back on the res. And again, if you just look at how crazy the situation is on the minimap, you've got 3 isolated players of G2s. And again, G2 thrive when they're playing together. So, okay, they end up losing that round, it drips away from them, whatever. But that means it's now a 5-0. They're going to be forced onto an eco in the next. It's now a 6-0. Not so good. So we come into round 7, again a buy round for them, and again they actually won early on. So it's a 3v2 situation. They're geared up, primed for a retake once the smoke goes down, but their spacing is just ever so slightly off, right? Jonah P is out here on this initial angle with Giacomo holding with the operator to hit a player on mound. The problem is Trent is holding with the op, and now on paper, that's not a terrible idea, but the op is a one-shot, right? Jonah P is not. Trent needs to be out on this wide angle to deal with Rafa on the off angle to be able to trade out and win this fight, which he just isn't instantly able to do. This adds to time winding down. Jogmo's still got the operator going for the slow peek again against the off angle, and it also slips away due to time. It goes to show that how quickly it can rack up an 8-0 scoreline when these close rounds, when these swing rounds, when these buy rounds slip away at the end. We'll hear what Furia's coach has to say now.
Here with Coach Feo ahead of map 2, and that first one, you had a strong lead, you're not able to close it out, but going to map pick of Ascent, what are you going to do to make sure that the team takes the lead but also closes it out?
A gente escolheu o Ascent porque é um mapa bem confortável nosso, desde sempre a gente é muito confortável, no Brasil a gente aplicava bastante eles. A gente está fazendo um plano de jogo, executando bem, a gente saiu na frente no último mapa, a gente não conseguiu fechar infelizmente. Acho que é um mapa que a gente tem bastante experiência para conseguir contornar as coisas e saírem do controle. Então eu tô confiante para esse segundo mapa.
Yeah, we picked Ascent because it's a map we are very comfortable to play in. We got the leadership in the first map, but we let it slip. So for this map, we are way more prepared for take the leadership and take to the end.
All right, best of luck.
Thank you so much for that, Dryad, and we'll see if Furia can manage to pull off that map to win because they got close. They got close. But before we talk about that real fast, so I want to take a little trip back down memory lane to, like, I don't know, 5 minutes ago. And when Josh RT talked about Waylay, hello, Waylay. Do you think we're being trolled, Mimi?
I really hope not, and I'm inclined to believe him and be a trusting person, but that also could go wrong.
I want to establish if you lie to me, Josh, our relationship, tarnish forever. Just want to be very clear.
I was looking at the tracker for Jojimo. He has had like 2 weeks since coming home from Masters Bangkok. Guess how many Waylay matches he's played?
Way too much.
Yeah,
140. Oh, it gets 200.
Okay, 70. Not that. That's like 200 hours. There's not that many hours in 2 weeks.
Yo, he's got to have that winner's mindset.
He's been grinding this agent,
If that was me, it would have been 300.
And he is the best race player in terms of movement in VCT Americas. There's a new movement agent. There's no one I would be more excited to watch debut Waylay for Americas than Jaw. Please let it be true.
What about
Ladies got a point over there. Ladies got a point. All right, folks. Map 2 is going to be coming up right after this while these two continue to bicker. We'll see you on the other side.
Let's get back to it then. Yeah, map 2 here for Furia and G2, and it's going to be Ascent. Listen, we haven't seen Ascent in a hot minute. Yeah, you know what I mean, it's been one change.
Feels like a decade ago for some reason.
It's been a while ago, even though it's been in the pool for pretty much the entire lifespan of the game and the existence of it. But these two teams as well, and Furia, they're going to have to bounce back after that one. It feels odd to say, given how close it was on paper with the scoreline, but G2 just made a string of rounds. I mean, that has got to crumple your confidence of your Furia coming into it.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you only won one round on your defensive side, and it kind of feels like you could have stolen a crucial map win for G2, right? I mean, now you're going on your map, Ascent, no momentum. At least you get to start on that defensive side, which, I mean, everybody knows Ascent is so defensive-sided. Even with the map change, it hasn't really done that much that I've experienced in ranked. You still know what you're going to get on this map of Ascent.
For sure, yeah. Most people know how to play it as well. If you've got an acute eye as well, you might be able to spot some spoilers in terms of that agent select, but we'll be getting into that soon enough.
And I'm so excited to see the agent select right now, specifically from the side of G2.
Oh, yes, there it is.
Yes.
This is something that Jorgamo has been putting countless hours into.
Oh, yeah. He had 50 hours upon release. I mean, he was just nonstop grinding it on his streams. He still is, as a matter of fact. And I remember in an interview with him, with Pedro, he was talking about how, like, okay, if I want to be able to play this character, I have to make a case to Josh, my coach. I have to show him that, hey, this can actually be played. So I'm very excited to see him on this character. This is what makes G2 such a powerhouse team in VALORANT, is the fact that they have really good adaptability. They're very creative with compositions as well, sometimes creating their own metas. So, I mean, let's see how things are going to get here on this map of Ascent. I'm very excited to see Jogamo cook up on this Waylay.
Already discovering all sorts of tech.
Yeah. And something else to talk about as well is the Vice picks from both sides. I mean, it just feels like Cypher and Killjoy are almost unplayable in this current state of the game. But we do have a Yoru from the side of Furia.
I mean, it's bucking a trend in terms of what we would come to expect for Ascent as a map. Furia as well, opting into something a little bit different. Obviously, all lines are going to be on Jogamo on the Waylay with the amount of hours he's been putting in as well. We'll see it soon enough here in terms of that investment. It's half armor from absolutely everybody. G2 Set the sights now over towards B main. It's going to be that clash. A bit of a rumble. He's going to be in a bit of trouble. That's a double dash forwards, and oh my! Not ready for that kind of pace. Talking about straight there forwards, refract, straight back, and it's a bait and switch. The rest of his team nowhere near. An attempt at a punish there. Comes the succession there for Heat. Evens it out, 4v4, and this is a rapid play. No time to breathe, no time to even think about what the hell is going on here. It's leaping into the fray with the classic right clicks in hand.
Now we're setting up for the post plant right now. 4 members alive, that door being closed. Trent barely escaping with his life.
There's been no slowdown. No break in the play here. The G2 at least going to be able to set themselves up into the post now. Doubled up into hell. Valen holding in through main. A lot of damage done to a multitude of them. Trent's they got 8 HP to work with. Same can be said for a few of these Furia players. Jump in, right click, and see that they can get lucky with a stray shot on Khalil. One more bullet will do it. Furia need to hit some shots, and they need it now. In through and wide. Rapper just not accounting for it. He with the peak. Khalil from the side leaves it down. It's that 1v1. With the damage done, you got to think Valen's favored round and wide. Pistol round gained and granted here for G2. But my God, man.
If this is the type of Ascent we're in for today, I'm all for it. I mean, the old meta is so dull, so boring. You already know what's going to be happening. The explosiveness that we just saw from both sides, honestly, even the retake of Furia was looking pretty nice. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath today on this map of Ascent. But we're already seeing very creative things from the side of G2. That Waylay going all the way into market, recalling backwards while an A hit was coming through. I mean, very, very cool stuff that we're seeing. Very creative from the side of G2. And it's going to be difficult to deal with if you're Furia. You're not used to this type of playstyle.
Okay, it's one way to deal with Joe.
Might not matter.
Yeah, just trying to jump past and disrespect that one way. It's one way to do it. Doesn't work out.
He gets out too. Unreal. Very aggressive angle taken here from Heat as well. I mean, I was kind of having some questions in my brain, you know, how is he going to play now that he's on, you know, the Sentinel role again? Because he was on Clove on the last map, the pseudo-duelist. How is he going to play this Vice here? It looks like he's still playing aggressive.
Yeah, it's an eco, so he's going to be disrespecting, taking forward positions.
Oh, I think he heard something. Yeah, he's got to get out of here. Wait for his team to rotate.
Luckily for G2, they did reclaim that Guardian.
One suppressed.
Knife on the side. Heat's going to be spotted out. You can follow the sound cues if you are Furia, but how do you disrespect the util? The answer is you don't really. Dodging and weaving past it. One through the back of the side of the team trying to take a swing! And my God, Havoc ripping off heads!
Enemy remaining. Thrifty.
The 4-piece from Havoc. He gets the first in A main, TP's out. It was full disrespect. And the look on your face right now says it all.
I mean,
everyone's jaw has just dropped in this arena. Look at this. This is the start that we see. The instant TP out and the full distraction from the player in the back, Heat. He was the forefront there, falling all the way back, buying enough time for his team to make it there, and that's a big, big round win. An eco round win from Furia.
Kick it up a gear.
Something that is so hard to do against a team like G2 who are so methodical in their approach.
The tempo's been turned all the way up, hasn't it?
Yeah.
There's no slowing down between both of these teams here. Flash out towards A main, Jogamo. Vacuums up the orb and a deep double push down through mid. Just spotting it. Round to the side here, Leaf. He's lucky to be alive. 4 bullets left as well, but that TP back, so Havoc's just getting out, and he's putting up and turning up the heat, man. Wants to try and take these fights straight to them. Classic in hand. Jogamo could not refract back. Not to safety here, but a re-swing again from Leaf. It's relentless.
Just fighting non-stop. They do not care that they have full advantage in the round, that they're up numbers.
Just spotting the top of the head. There's more than a haircut given away here. Out towards Tars. Rapper cleans it up. But listen, Dre, this is more like a pay-per escape, man.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not stopping.
It's fighting everywhere at all fronts. And it doesn't have to make sense for the side of Furia. If this is what they think is the recipe for success, it has worked so far. But you have to imagine on a gun round where when G2 have, you know, more utility in play, actual firepower, you will get punished. But the benefit of winning eco rounds like this is the fact that your economy can be so great. Look at Havoc already having an operator on play.
You know, the way that Ascent's played, I mean, that op is important.
Yeah, the op with so much value here. And again, B main aggression this time.
Through mid.
A third member. Oh,
oh just anticipating it. Did he hear in the jump spot prior? Khalil going for a bite of the apple there. Leaf with the clean up onto Rafa on top of it. So equalized out ever so slightly, but not quite. Furia still with the player advantage, just by 1.
And for G2, you having to deal with B main aggression, mid aggression, and A main aggression, like you can't hold it all, right? No. Like, I wonder at what point you're gonna see G2 maybe just clump up, use that KO knife up close, and just full W key. The defense is spread thin right here, though, and G2 are calling the right site to hit. Prize.
Incredibly wide swing. Leaf
Standing ahead.
sense an opportunity to potentially punish Prize. Just up onto that angle. Shock dart. Don't know where the hell that one's going, but Havoc needs to just be watching onto this position. The smoke gets them in. G2 looking to pave away. Map for success, but his shots are hitting, rattling wide. Jonah P. Instant answer in through the back of the side, and he has the spike in hand, but against this many players, just so damn unlikely. 3-1 by Furia. No slowing down.
Not at all. And we had questions that we needed to be answered. Are they going to start off kind of shaky because of how they lost the last map? So far, it's just been aggression on aggression. And to hit op shots like this after he didn't really have an op in his hands at all in the last map, I mean, that shows the mechanical talent of why Havoc is here. A player that started so rough in this league. I mean, playing the KO and dropping, what, like 1 kill?
That was brutal at the beginning.
I mean, now he's sitting at 8-1 with his own Yoru ultimate online that he can use for whatever he wants. And a new setup here. KO is on Cat.
G2 with mass pings in mid as well. They're using all the utility at their disposal. Hoping for an early catch.
Yeah, trying to catch out Havoc, probably, who walked all the way down mid in the previous round.
Heat is purely disrespecting him, though, as well. He's playing ahead of his util constantly.
He does not care, but with doing so, he baits out so much utility.
Exactly.
Look at how much G2 had to invest. Proactivity in mid now from the side of Furia. Can they catch out Jogamo here?
Steel Garden. It's going to overlay on top. Catches all the corners here. Prize is trying to play onto site here. Doesn't have a weapon to use. Molly at your feet. Rafa going re-exploring in through the side as well, but not accounting for Jorg. Slipped his way in through market. Got himself an upgrade into the process. Do you want to try and make your way in? Yeah, Flash. His picture perfect almost. Jonah P. The Sheriff bullet straight to the dome of Prize. Takes him out. Paranoia sweeping wide. Jorgamo's a menace at this point. Thorn in their sides that they just cannot remove.
Rafa slowly clearing out Leaf. He's the only win condition now for this retake.
Needs one more. Jorg back to multiple players. No swing in sight. Jorg is just a menace. One-man army.
And that was the plan from the start of the round. He was one of the only players that have a rifle in his hands. Takes all of that mid control, and that was the biggest gap in Furia's defense. There was a little bit of sound made on a re-clear that gives Jaw the cue to all of a sudden wrap all the way around as the sight hit's coming through. And although it was a thrifty round by from the side of G2, the utility, the Vice ultimate, they smothered the B players. And momentum now shifts back into the hands of G2. Jogamo picking up that operator.
Up v up.
And it's actually a perfect gun to use with the playstyle that Furia has been doing on this map. Oh, there's that aggression being punished.
I mean, that might just be random spam. I'm not sure if it was ahead of the smoke coming up, but there's that coverage and a flash forwards. Yeah, spotted it. Just the shoulder, TP back and away. It's from Havoc.
KO ultimate used pretty early on here.
Yeah, it's going to be sweeping out wide.
I think they were trying to catch out Havoc.
That's true, and Jogamo is still accounted for these possible repositions. At the same time as that, Khalil, deep push and disrespect in through A main. Trent's been dropped, but still player advantage here for G2, and they're, I think, trying to get a bit of a control on the tempo of this game, because
it's been so fast-paced.
Scrappy, hasn't it?
Yeah, but now they're just starting to punish Furia on all cylinders. I mean, Valen connecting on every single shot. And this is what I'm talking about, this operator to close it out. It's actually so smart with the way that Furia are approaching these rounds. You can completely hold angles now, get the first kill, dip out. I mean, Havoc has no chance in that moment. And that KO ultimate, it was used to try to catch out Havoc. If Havoc doesn't TP out earlier in the round, I mean, he's stuck in that corner.
Yeah, I think they thought that he hadn't TP'd out earlier.
Exactly.
That'd been why they offloaded it. It didn't matter, though.
Yeah.
Jorga was still accounting for the re-peak.
Once you get the angle, like once you get an aggressive angle like that with that operator, it just puts the advantage totally in your hands. And now, Furia have to take a timeout, understand, okay, the aggression has stopped working. Let's chill out a little bit and maybe play a site setup, Bren. Maybe. Because so far, G2, they've dealt with that storm.
Yeah, it's been caution. Exactly, caution to the wind by Furia. They've been taking risks. I mean, a lot of solo peaks by Heat, Khalil out through main, B main, A main, whatever you choose. And they've been winning the fights out, and they made it scrappy enough that G2 were struggling to get that handle, control over the rounds. But now G2 are finding those moments to slow it down.
Yeah, what great poise as well. Like that's not even off of a timeout. I mean, we saw something similar in the last map where, you know, Josh had to burn 2 timeouts to deal with that storm, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that VALORANT is able to adapt on the fly like that, I mean, that's such a great leadership skill that he has. And now we have that Waylay ultimate online. Omen ult online as well. Rafa, he does have a KO ult, but I mean, look at the weaponry. Like, Havoc is on a Bucky. You're top fragger.
Not dimensional drift.
Somebody give him a gun, man.
Well, listen, the ult.
Yeah, I know, but man, give it to him for the retake. Maybe let him start off with a good gun. You know?
I get what you mean.
This guy, I mean, that 4K was nothing to be, you know, ashamed of. It was crazy. And now it's just very, very slow play from G2, waiting for more aggression.
Fake out with a TP. Havoc's got his aim trained on a potential site. Needs to clear it.
Yeah, contact, walk up here. A lot of utility being committed to take this B main. Twice flash. Perfectly timed from Heat to not only get out, but deny some of that B main space. It still hasn't all been covered.
Cover going out.
The whole map is still in play for the side of G2. Nobody in mid from the side of Furia. You have no info, no eyes on that whatsoever. And this is the interesting part about the shift in meta, not running that Cypher, not running that Killjoy. You don't have guaranteed information on these spots anymore.
That's exactly right. Gives you windows of opportunities. It's going to be that slow siege still continuing. Jorgamot is making a lot of noise. He's the only one to do it.
Yeah, but everyone else is geared up towards B main.
That's Havoc with the ult. He's at his back. Does he want to choose to jump? Not quite. G2 instead are going to be setting the sights now over towards this A side. Prize and opportunity. Nobody's watching this smoke. He could just slip past the gap and see if he can find an opening, but they're just being torn asunder, aren't they? What is that, I believe? Flips it around, a quick 180 and a bullet to the dome. Prize is no more.
Filthy shot from Leaf. He had no right winning that aim duel. But all this space in mid that has been gathered by G2, I mean, all they're left to do is leave Jaw on an island there. But he's so confident in his talent, even with an op walking up to re-clear all that space. It's like they just know that it's weak for Furia. I mean, everyone from the side of Furia, once that B main pressure is there, is looking there. Completely distracted.
Spotting the shoulder.
Some cool tech right there.
Gone for another set of plays. That's a classic in hand, and Havoc's doing all that.
See, give him a rifle, man.
Yeah.
Give the man a rifle.
Let him loose. See what he can do, but G2 now taking this lead. It feels like we just started this map, and we're already into round 8 itself.
What a complete swing of just momentum and a shift in play. Furia just, after a thrifty round win, after an eco round win, just completely taking things into their own hands, putting the fight on G2, basically running them down in spawn, let's just keep it honest. And now, G2 weathering that storm, getting a little confident themselves, and playing that macro game that they know they're good at.
Attack side off is a good option as well.
Oh, it's so good.
The amount that, as we've been mentioning, Heat and Khalil have been just disrespecting A main, B main control, peeking into it alone.
You can see it now on the minimap. I mean, everyone's scared to peek these really deep angles now.
Yeah.
And yes, there's a little bit more aggression from the side of Furia in mid. They understand that that is a huge gap that has been being abused time and time again from G2. But it's just not going to be good enough. I mean, he's going to get overwhelmed. There's too much utility in play. With the extremities being taken, I mean, it makes it kind of obvious that there might be players in mid now.
Cannot get suppressed in this spot. Luckily, the spine drone not going his way.
I mean, that off just almost ringing a bell into Rafa's brain.
Scary business.
Yeah, he had to fall all the way back, but B site is the name of the game for G2.
Here it is. Gonna be a wall in the face here, George. He's got the ult on top of it. There it is. Let's send it. See what happens here. Conversion pass in and up and over around the top. It's a steel guard, no drop down. George's only got a short. He's blinded. Oh boy, it doesn't even matter. Let's mincemeat in through the back of the site, and with heat dropped, it's the site cracks wide open. You have to choose to take that refract back here. Hunter's Fury from Prize has to be offloaded. Anything to try and slow them down and get Furia and in a win con. Anything inside! Leaf is dominating the position. Perched up just outside market. He wants a little bit more.
What a warrior. Just swinging everybody alone, holding market down himself. But how cool was that execute? Oh my goodness, all the utility. And I mean, Jogamo wanted to use that shorty anyway in that moment, so the Vice Ult doesn't really do anything for him.
Bro, I mean, there's a
He's
lot of layers
floating.
to that.
I can't even imagine being
like, Jogamo does not care
moment.
about being separated by his team by the wall in that spot.
No,
he's got the refract to get back.
Yeah, if he has to, he doesn't even have to in that moment.
Yeah.
Prize. He's getting hunted right now, and he gets one-tapped by Trent. Oh my goodness. The space that this attack site operator has been giving G2 has just made it so easy for them to just set up for that site execute. There's no more disruption, and yeah, there's a Vice Wall to kind of separate the main pack from Jogamo here, but when you have the ultimates in your favor and you're just floating in the air, like, you just can't do anything. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he knows those shots were nice. I mean, you could just tell Leaf, he's just been such a crucial part of this G2 squad's success. Josh, switching him over to that sentinel role, understanding that, I mean, you basically have another duelist in play.
Yeah, there's a lot.
He can take 1v1s anytime he wants, and he's always favored, it feels like.
Very intelligent player as well. He's willing to fill in the gaps as well where he can find them.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's a setup like this from the side of G2 where he's on an island. But, I mean, how many times have we seen him get punished? I feel like barely any. And now G2, VALORANT calling another great read. Nobody here. I mean, yeah, there's Vice utility to delay, but look at...
Yeah, straight in, up and over the top there with the salvos as well. It's a big clearance. Leaf was tested there, outside.
Caster's Curse.
Yep. He was being, I think, approached by 3 of the players, so he's going to be making that call. Sights opened up. The wall, though, slows them down to a degree. Door needs to be closed, so Trent's going to make sure they've got control of that one. And Rafa, wait a second, wrapping around here. That's VALORANT dropped off onto the side. It's a 3v5 now. It's the best chance in a long while. The Fury have had to get around here into this map. You can't let it slip just yet. Drawn up and over the top there. Heat wall popped open and out, and that's damage straight down and around. Dart revealing all straight through the wall. Jonah P got to back away at this point. It's a 1v4. You're getting overwhelmed.
Yeah, save that operator. You know it's been giving you so much success, and you don't want to put that in the hands of Havoc either. And we saw that nice 3K that he had to close out one of the rounds. And a good job from Furia. I mean, taking advantage of Leaf being on an island. Yeah, he kind of got overwhelmed. He got swarmed there. But then taking it a step further, Rafa taking that flank against VALORANT, not giving any space for G2 to kind of even the numbers in that moment. It was a pretty cool execute from the side of G2. I mean, if anybody was on site, that Tejo utility with the Waylay coming over, you're done.
It's one layer ahead, though, from Furia, as you mentioned as well. Switching Heat over towards that A site when he's just been playing out towards B.
Now we wait.
Slowed him down enough to buy time for Furia.
I think this is why you see a little bit of a change now from G2. Okay, we're going to go back to taking B main control again. Every time we've gotten that, we've gotten middle for free. The entire map has opened up. Hop shot heard from the side of Catwalk. That allows Leaf to take all that mid space himself. I mean, he has an operator in his own hands right now. Proactivity, though, from Khalil.
Yeah, there's fight to be taken. Paranoia up in your face. Khalil not favored into that spot. VALORANT easily finding it. Hold on, saturate down and around. How is Jogamo getting this man? Dodging and juking most of the way forwards. Havoc from on high. He's looking to rain down bullets. Got the operator, got the ult. Stray shots fired, but gonna play this one a bit more passively. Needs to buy time for the rest of his team to get into the fight. Buy time for this late lurk that's occurring. Rafa. Pressure now, bit of a clearance in through tree.
And this time, no late flank coming all the way around. Yeah, easy shot for Leaf to clean up Havoc in the 1v1. I mean, he's already primed on that angle. And it's just done. I mean, you're not breaking through this defensive setup, this post plant. And Rafa is trying to catch out any people exiting here, but that side ult this time, everybody staying in, nobody worrying about the flank right there.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's just the new compositions as well. And how uncomfortable these teams are, I think, playing it, maybe. Because, you know, when Ascent's played for so long with a Sova, Killjoy, there's certain... you just expect things to be the way they are, right? Yeah. Alarm bot in mid, Sova's going to dart, and the drone to clear out an opera in mid. The comp change-ups, it allows gaps, but it is different things to account for. And I'm not sure if that's the reason we're seeing it being this scrappy, or if it's just both of these teams seeking to opt into it. G2 have definitely made decent efforts to try and slow down the pace at times, but even still, it feels back and forth.
Yeah, that round was a fast cat split. I mean, with VALORANT being the only person in A main. Had Khalil not whiffed his first bullet, he doesn't get paranoid there, and he gets the kill.
Okay, Jorg's still doing work. I think that's just a jump spot that he was spotting up towards Cat there, maybe just off the timing.
We got to get a replay on that. That must have been so quick.
Yeah.
And now they just freeze because they know every single time Furia are down numbers, they want to peek more.
They go for peaks like Khalil's doing here. Yeah,
Done.
And you've got the read there, Dre.
G2 have downloaded Furia.
They have.
It's so impressive.
They know that they can just put the squeeze down, apply that pressure with an early pick-off. They just wait it out. Furia are the ones that have to make the moves.
That dagger being used. G2 know that doesn't connect on anybody. That's why you see VALORANT doubling back. He might want to show a little bit more pressure here. Ice Flash doesn't connect on Havoc, though.
White face is just ridiculous. Swings into it. Havoc's no more. Prize was back to the wall. Calling for the rotate, though, again. There's push and pull. About 30 seconds left into the round here. Now, if Rafa was holding a 4 position, there would be some danger here for G2 to be making a maneuver like this, but they've got util. Gonna run up the smoke, there'll be no repush. Jorgemon clears most of the way on top of it. Sour's at his feet, but that's just his teammates.
And he's entering with it off.
It's a nice pick.
Nice shot, nice shot, nice shot. But a perfect call from VALORANT. Like, let's just say it how it is. I mean, the knife that Rafa threw in A main was false information given to them. So VALORANT understands they're probably going to rotate towards that B. As soon as Leaf gets that entry, now they're definitely rotated towards B.
Yeah.
You have a free A site. It was a masterclass of a round, honestly. What a great call from VALORANT. And I'm just waiting for the time someone's actually in sight for this, like, Teho, Waylay utility combos on this hit.
Yeah.
I just want to see what's going to happen. I mean, I want to see Jogamo no-scope somebody, because that's what he's going for at this point. I mean, he cleared out all of hell with an op. Like,
he's happy to take point with it.
Yeah, he's on a different level right now.
Yeah. I think the threat of this util as well, just like running the Teho,
yeah,
all of these util combos as well. It's almost the threat of it means you can't play on site.
You can't, and maybe that's why Furia, but most likely that's why Furia were approaching the early game with all that aggressive fighting. They didn't want to get executed on. Here's that shot. We get to watch over it, see how quick this was.
Oh, no, it's just a bit of spam.
Stop.
The smoke's dropping down, and he's like, okay, well, I'm anticipating a peek. That's insanity.
Honestly, he handled that a lot better than I would in that moment.
Yeah.
I would have been raging. Maybe a death slam.
Well, it feels like we just got started on Ascent. We're already last round of the first half. Here it is. Push off and away. Try and take B main control as the goal for G2.
Good hit.
Yeah, because of how the previous rounds have went, I mean, the string of rounds G2 have accumulated, you are able to use a double op in the beginning of this round. I'm sure there's a rifle drop somewhere in the back of spawn that Leaf can pick up, or Jogamo.
Rafa's been caught out in the open. Attempted to bail out. These are flashes flying forwards, but Rafa's still isolated on an island down towards the bottom section.
Crispy.
And VALORANT's quick to take him out of the picture, wall baited out on top of it. It's the slow siege that G2 are so good at.
Yeah, a lot rides on Havoc right now to try to find a pick, try to even the numbers here for the side of Furia. He does have that operator in hand. But the wide swings from G2, it's like they just know where an op is posted up. You have to be so quick.
Havoc's caught now, though. Suppressed. Caught to the corner, shorty in hand. Wide with the face, shotgun! No way! Knives in action! And Havoc does his best to battle his way out of that position, but Jorgemo's right there with you. 1 HP and a dream. Teammate at his back potentially, but Leaf as rapidly as you can come into the fight. It's hard for him. See if he can pick up the pieces into this one. Double face up, but he's isolated it so damn nicely. Leaf surely not damage. Done and more. Unreal.
Switching sides.
He is so damn good. I mean, just tracking him the entire way through, even through the wall. A different type of flow state. The dunk from Havoc, it's just not enough. You would think a knife to the face would do it, demoralize the enemy. But Leaf is too sharp. Oh my gosh, look at that smile. It's timeless. A stolen round from G2 right at the very end.
Absolutely unreal stuff overall as well. We're going to send it down to the floor as well. We got Dryad standing by with Hammy G2 co-streaming and seeing his team doing work.
That's right, I'm here with G2 Hammy, and this match has been insane. Hammy, we saw this back and forth on the first map as well. It was a crazy comeback for G2. Were you worried for a second, or was it all chill?
I was not worried in the slightest, actually. We've seen G2 play Lotus plenty of times. Nothing new. I was not surprised. Even if it was a 10-2, 11-1/2, was not worried in the slightest. Yeah, appreciate you.
And something that you talked about, because we heard some hot takes from you that were not really hot takes, because you were talking about Giacomo being one of the best duelists, or actually the best duelist. Now you're seeing him on Waylay. What are your thoughts?
I mean, like, are we surprised? He's just the GOAT. You know what I mean? I'm not surprised in the slightest. I mean, him on a Waylay, put him on anybody, he'll fry.
Anybody that can match him? Not really, right?
No one. It's not possible.
And also, once you're co-streaming, where are the moments where you're kind of stressing out the most when you're seeing these overtimes? I mean, we think about what we saw internationally from them. When you're seeing these advantages, what's going through your head?
Well, honestly, I mean, I'm always just like, I always see G2, like, when they're playing, they're just like, they're always putting on a show regardless, like, nonetheless. Like, yeah, I'm stressing sometimes, but they also, like, always manage to pull through. It was pretty hard at, you know, as we've seen at Bangkok and stuff like that, but hey, we'll win Toronto. It don't matter.
You know, they stress us out just a little bit once in a while, but they always win at the end, so it's all good. Thank you so much, Hammy.
Thank you so much.
We're gonna send it back to you guys.
G2 are just in control, really. 8-4 finish with how rapid it was at the beginning of all of this. And, you know, we kind of started this map highlighting Jorgs. He's putting in the hours onto the Waylay, putting in work. He's top fragging for his team as well, 13-6.
There's a bit of a running joke there where Giacomo gets to finally bait his team. And he's been talking about this amongst one another. And, I mean, we get to see what happens when that's the case. He's 13-6. He's sitting at the top. It must feel nice for him to be able to, you know, be the first guy and the second guy in this time around.
Escapes the Euro jail slightly. Normally he's the base at the end of the stick there. He's taking contact up through mid, and a lot of disrespect shown here by Furia. They've already vacuumed up control of market.
Yeah, but now is where the protocols of G2 come into effect. So you got the Thorns, you got the Flash here to delay even extra. Giacomo here on the quick rotate.
Yeah, just spotting that util out, including these players. The Flash is good with the connection. Okay, Crash. Back to safety for Havoc. Still alive here. Furia not leaving though, and backs are open wide here, but it's an instant trade-off as Leaf is dropped, and now trying to get themselves into the side. What a call with a push. Perfect setup and play by Jonah P. Up overhead, calls the flash, and Jonah P tears them asunder.
Rafa on this flank though. He's gonna see 4 members.
It's been watched for. It's a double up as well. These players are counting for it. Rafa, not long for this world, is he? And he dropped down just to 20 health. Players know where he is.
30 seconds left.
G2 know exactly what to watch for.
The different layers that we just saw in this pistol round from G2. I mean, Giacomo playing in mid aggressively, getting the info if anybody are running up, and then playing off of Leaf. But, I mean, Leaf in that moment to get proactive on lane and actually go for that reclear, go for that fight, getting one, allows this to happen. The pop flash from Jonah P. I mean, Giacomo stays for that extra kill, which is really, really risky, but, I mean, he knows his limits on this agent. He looks so good at it already. All that time he's been putting in, it's paying off right here. What an insane performance from him.
A lot of util going to be laid down here by G2.
Yeah, they want that B main control. They even grabbed the orb on top of it. Oftentimes, the attacking side will try to get orbs of their own on their eco rounds, you know, just try to get something out of nothing. A little bit of denial this time around, and it's going to be retake on A.
Jonah P overstaying ever so slightly there and swinging out with a Spectre. Not quite the weapon at hand, but he's got the Thorns to supplement, so I'm going to be stepping past that line. Rafa accounted for, all propped up. Like there's a gaps to play in. Leaf was not expecting that.
Nice shot. Paranoia is going to get a lot of value up. Goes blow for blow, though. I mean, Spike is down here.
Salvos. Prize got to be careful.
Great delay.
And damage done to him as well. He's been softened up to just 21 health. Prize would love a plant in this spot. Round win even better, but at this point, put in a slow squeeze onto these players. The post-plant positioning just not quite ideal. Heat still doing well, still double dash up and over. That's just for the info as well. Spotting it out, and I believe they have spotted it. Smoke propped up. Heat has escaped to the confines of hell, yet still Jorgamo. This guy's the warden.
Just dashing around, recalling into heaven, getting a spam kill, and then holding. He looks so comfortable on this character. This is such a cool thing to watch so far. Furia, they almost did it. You thought for a second if they got that spike planted, maybe if the salvos weren't in play, maybe they would have had a chance on this retake. But as soon as those salvos come out and the plant is denied, yeah, G2 are already in good positions to get that retake going. Heat, although he landed some really, really nice shots into that round, it's just not enough. Let's see, it will be the first gun round here, and if you look at the economy of G2, I mean, that is not looking too pretty. You only have one Phantom in play. Let's see what Leaf can cook up here, though.
It's not a deadly bonus round, but they are just going full steam ahead. Delayed with the paranoia. Rappers out into the open.
It's perfect. And this is a set play we've seen with Jets. I mean,
yeah, a bit of a towers crunch.
Yeah.
And even in re-exploration, Heat is punished for his hubris. 2 players drop down. These are weapons now that you've handed over to the opposition. G2, as weak as this bonus was, it doesn't matter. They work magic across the battlefield.
So filthy. We were talking about how Furia were taking the fight to G2. I mean, to see it the other way around, it's just insanity. And now it's a 4v2, 5v2 retake. Yeah, it's heroics.
Needs to be. Prize is giving you a lifeline, but can you do anything else with it? Khalil left into that 1v1. The potential is there. Jorgamo half already sticking this one all the way through. Paranoia has to get off of it. But Wincons have been bored, earned out, swinging wide and out, but bullets to the dome. That is unbelievable. Slightest of slip-ups by G2, just in terms of their spacing, and Prize strikes back.
Absolute heroics from the side of Furia. A 2v5 round win against G2. This is unheard of.
Oh my God.
Oh. I mean, a Phantom player's dream in that moment. Just controlling the spray. And yeah, you're going to be smiling like that after something that happens for sure. But it's not done yet. G2, they have the grit. That's not going to affect them in any way.
That's just one small obstacle in a long timeline that's rolled out for G2, and here it is. Jorgamo up and over the top. That's a saturate, but already these players have dropped, toppled. Skate Crash going straight past him. Salvos, he chooses to disrespect it. That's just to get the gun. Picks it up, but guess what? Havoc's right there watching. In through the fight, even wants to potentially take a refight on top of it. Needs some util to set him up. If he wants to try and take it, Khalil from behind, and there it is. Applying that pressure, squeeze onto it, Leafs left alone, 1v4. There's no chance for him to really play himself in here.
Yeah, I mean, best case scenario here, if you can catch out one of these players, get an upgrade, get a rifle in play and save it. I mean, that'd be great. I mean, I know he's comfortable with the Outlaw. There you go. Yeah. There's the rifle. What a change of pace from Furia, though. I mean, that was very, very decisive in that A main fight. That exchange going completely their way.
Started the round as well, talking up. Good work here for G2, saying, wow, it takes a bit more than that. Just one round, of course, disrupted the momentum.
Of course, right?
Furia just keep that confidence going, trailing into round 16. Earn themselves another one. You've got to take it one step at a time if you're going to try and equalize, at least in terms of these rounds.
How long can they keep it up for, though? How long can they ride that momentum of that 2v5 that happened? It's another good opportunity to convert another round, because the economy of G2 is not going to be looking too good. We saw that Yoru teleport getting some good value. Yeah. He's so fast. I mean, his reactions are insane. I mean, Havoc is having a phenomenal game as well. Let's see what Furia can cook up with this ultimate. Maybe they don't want to invest it into this round, but
they're up against the weaker buy of G2, which might be the reason why. But honestly, you do want to show them a little bit of respect, I think.
Yeah,
the ult is going to get you. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, any round you can get, but he's not even clearing corners. Okay, there it is.
He's cleared the 2 of them, but as this has happened, I mean, flashed himself in the process, got the info. His team need help, though. It's a rapid play by G2. They just took it straight to them. That's a kill up towards the top section of mid. Rafa's got to try and contain this one. I think they've dropped a rifle for them. Pete making his way up through and around. The main control given up. Spy drone, Trent forward, close quarters, looking for the repick. This is mad. This is chaos, man.
This is insane.
Look at the way this is.
What is happening?
Cut his way up. I mean, his Furia players are on a bloody island now. Up the gut through mid. What's the escape plan?
They're going to crunch A from spawn, Brent.
But he's straight up hitting them in. There's no setup for Havoc when he's making a play like that. I mean, you've got to think a couple of layers ahead.
It's madness.
More mechanical ability surely can't bail you out. And yes, Valen, he's hot on it, man. Swings for the trade and prize once more. Staring down the barrel of defeat for this particular round. Can he pull off another miracle? Not quite. 11th round for G2. I mean,
would you like me to break that down for you?
Good luck. We didn't see much of it.
Yeah. I mean, players of Furia everywhere, but I mean, it is because of the pace that G2 are putting on them as well. I mean, it's been so much fast-paced, aggressive set plays from G2 on this defensive side, which is so uncharacteristic.
Nice, dude, Khalil, you're re-peeking, buddy. You have the bomb.
Oh my God.
Just vibing with it too, huh? But what was that round? I mean, players in spawn.
I mean, that's just a flustered position to be in if you're Furia. You're up against the weaker Maya G2. You're getting G2 cook up, from what I saw, looked like a decent play to aggress outside, like, you know, through A main, Gelato, to get an early pickoff.
Omen Paranoia.
What was the call for Furia to take it one step further by trying to fight in through spawn?
I think they were hoping to find something, but it was the way that G2 bunkered down. It didn't actually give those 1v1s those picks. I mean, you saw Trent there in spawn at B, just using that recon drone, getting the info, and Furia just, they couldn't make a plan. They were so indecisive in the moment. They were flustered. So although it was really chaotic, G2 thrived in the chaos. And something that's really interesting is what he had said in an interview was he feels like Furia need to focus on having success in the chaotic moments, being calm in those moments if they want to make a run in this stage. And so far, I mean, with what we just saw, they didn't even know what to do.
A struggle, right?
Yes.
I mean, that is a super apt quote in terms of something that they've been working on, but you're seeing glimpses of the weakness when the going gets rough. It's a little bit chaotic, the comms not being cleared, and calls are being made all over the bloody place. It brings G2 up to that 11th. Not too much room to breathe left for Furia overall in this series now. 2 more rounds will do it for G2.
With how close these rounds have been, I mean, Furia now, I mean, Havoc's sitting at a sheriff. Like, why are we not giving this man a rifle? He's sitting at the top for your team. He's been the entry most of the time. Maybe just thinking that he's so confident with that gun. But a little bit of an oversight, I feel like, as the pace has been slowed down by Furia this time. I mean, being forced to have to play to G2's pace, that's not something that you hear every single day.
He isn't. Drone suppressed. Rafa's here. Looking to fake some A pressure. He's alone doing this, though, and the Salva's going to be clearing the way out through. So G2 already clearing up the question marks.
Yeah. An instant re-clear, and you still have that Vice wall in mid that'll give you info if it's going to be a split. We saw how deadly the rotates were from G2.
Repeat, right from the side there. It's Jonah P trying to punish these players, but that's a DTP now in through A. Swings and roundabouts. Spike into the hands of Khalil here. He just wants to get open access to the A side to try and help his team out. And, well, aim just not quite in control there for Trent. Still from on high. Leaf tapping away, man. He's already found the 2. Just couldn't quite claim the 3rd. Still, damage has been done, and he's made it just that much more winnable. If this mid kill goes the way of Joe, not quite. So, Furia find a way, find a path through all that chaos once more.
That was a great round from Furia. That was great calling. I mean, after that pick comes out on Cat from Jonah P, you got a little bit antsy, a little bit too over-eager on the over-rotate. The decision to go A in this moment is perfect.
Yeah.
And then setting up Heat to cut off the last remaining member. I mean, it was set up really nicely from the side of Furia. If they can kind of weather that storm against G2, not get picked first from some weird aggression that people aren't accustomed to from the side of G2, maybe that's going to be a recipe for success in the future.
And so far, G2 have not won a gun run, actually. Just a pistol follow-up and a thrifty of their own.
Hey.
On this half, at least.
That's a great entry, though.
Yeah, this one's a good change of pace for G2. And, yeah, Jorg is just too good at accounting for it, man.
Straight to the dome.
It's painful. Trent, control, still bullet to the dome. There's no follow-up The rest of his team there, he's just trying to contain aggro, control of it, peek out wide. Leaf has already claimed it, and this is a Furia team that is being picked to pieces. The tapestry unraveling. Spike drop down into main, and G2 inevitable at this point, isn't it? It's going to be that 12th round unless there is that miracle moment once more.
I mean, he's got a minute to work with, but it's going to be such an uphill battle. And you can't really save either. Like, it's just too much time. It's a good moment right now for the IGL of Furia to try to come up with a game plan for the second round, because your economy is not going to be looking that great. You're going to have to cook something special when the gunfights don't go your way like that. And now you know that there's an operator in play on the defensive side as well. Very limited. It looks like he will be trying to save. I wonder if G2 go for the hunt. I mean, their economy hasn't been that great either. It's been very scrappy back and forth in this chaos that we've been witnessing.
He's going to go walkabouts for it.
Yeah. Who's, by the way, he's been having such a great map anchoring that A site specifically.
He definitely has. He's going to be able to hold on to the rifle for now, but the big prize, the ultimate one, is G2 getting that 12th round now.
And something I got to mention is that when you look at the ults online for G2, this is something that this team struggled with in their first year of VCT, was closing out games, much like we were talking about Furia for. But a good recipe for success that they've been having is, okay, let's start saving our ults when we have a big lead, when we're within 2 rounds of winning, and just guarantee either the tie or the win with them. And that's what you're seeing. I mean, Trent's even going to have his available online. There's no way that G2 are going to lose this.
So all the pressure on Furia. Stay alive in the series. It's an opening game where, listen, again, cast our minds back. The expectations were low for this squad, particularly high for G2, but they've been in touching distance many times to making G2 look mortal. But this is potentially the killing blow.
I love all this utility on the map for G2 right now. I mean, you have Vice utility all at A, but you're actually playing on B with it. Already manipulating the attacking side to want to lean heavy towards that A. Reclear info being used from the side of G2. Doesn't get anything, but you know no one's close.
No.
Can now walk into that some of that space.
Drop down to the minute mark, and the tensions are now high for Furia. How do you make your way past this one? Listen, Leaf's all the way off site, already playing around this null command. The possibility of an A split. They've got the util. He's going to be set up, primed, and ready for it. I'm seeing it. Yep, it's going through. Suppression out wide. Holding the angles. This is it. 40 seconds left roughly into this round, and Furia scrambling for these options. G2. They know it, they can feel it. Leg shot connects, saturate in through the choke, and there's an ult for extra measure. Dismissed there with a dart. Lines it up to anything here, straight and around to Jenny. 20 seconds left, the spike is in spawn, man! And a flick of the wrist from Jorg. He's finishing this map and series in style. He knows what the players are. All accounted for, everyone's ready for it. G2 take it away, 13-7.
All those ultimates used in that final round once Trent gets that first kill from the mid to B, and I mean, it was stalwart. Nobody from the side of G2 moved. They had so many protocols. If that B split were to even happen, it's insane that you could see all that prep working. And what a unique composition that we just witnessed today. I mean, Jogamo looked great. Leaf on that defensive side, his anchoring was phenomenal.
And this is the scary thing about G2 is they're pulling out this comp on Ascent when they've just come back from Bangkok. They've had less time to prep on the maps, knowing it's coming up, of course, but their focus has been on, trying to win that event. They've come into this without as much prep time. It was a good gambit, I think, from Furia to try and go into one of the new maps in the map pool, expecting that G2 would have less practice on it, but it didn't materialize like that. I mean, G2 was so well versed.
Yeah, especially as an underdog. You want to try to get any type of advantage as you want, but exactly what you said, this is what makes this G2 squad so impressive, is the fact that they're probably the only team I've heard not complain about having to play 2 new maps, new agents. Valen doesn't care. He's so poised, he's so professional, and it's all because of that mentor there on his screen, Josh, the coach. That relationship that they have together, I mean, it's really made Valen turned into such a superstar on this roster. And I mean, Valen, that's exactly his face the entire match on that Waylay.
Yeah,
I mean, he was getting it. He was really going in on those entries on that defensive side. That operator looked phenomenal as well. I mean, what great mechanical talent this man has. Furia, they put up a great fight on that first map, though. I mean, I think all things considered, I think it's a step forward in the right direction for Furia, having to play like one of the best teams.
Yeah, if you're going to look for any silver line whatsoever, of course, no one's expecting Furia, this team that's been just having so many troubles over the course so far of this year, to be, you know, holding a candle to a team like G2, who just come off the back of making it all the way deep at the recent Masters event. Of course, the expectations aren't going to be there, but the fact that they were able to make them bleed is good signs for Furia. They're making the right moves. Prize in particular.
Oh, he looked great.
He's pulling off miracle moments. I think he really did look good.
I thought his utility was great too, honestly. And you could see the impact that had in a lot of these rounds. So, yeah, I mean, Furia, you had to play against the runners-up of Thailand, but you know, I could see it.
Yeah, there's a vision, there's a method towards the madness here that Furia going for so far as well. And yeah, I mean, what a series as well to open up our day here. And for G2, it really felt like, okay, missed a bit of a beat at the beginning of the series, but
that grit,
as it got deeper, that grit was just absolutely insane. We're going to send it down onto the stage as well. Dryad is standing by for a Verizon post-match interview. It's the GOAT himself, it's Jorgamo.
Is the math, the myth, the legend, and the Waylay player? Can we hear it for Jorgamo?
Hello.
Jorgamo, it's good to have you back in the Americas stage. We got to see Waylay for the first time, and I mean, we're insane on it. We've seen the streams. We know what you've been doing. What does it feel like? Tell me, why does the idea of playing Waylay on Ascent come from?
I mean, I think it's just a better jet. You have some more util to isolate yourself. You can always get one and get out. I mean, that's like a cheat code. I mean, the ult is massive. It's like a breach ult, so you can cover a lot of lanes. You can do a lot of work that Jet couldn't do, in my opinion.
But we gotta talk about the beginning as well, because it started a little stressful. It was an 8-0 going the way of Furia. What happens to make sure that the team is able to come back and act like nothing happened?
We kind of just brushed off the rounds that we knew that we should have won. They definitely were playing a really great default, but my IGL is just insane. So like Valen just take cares of us throughout the rounds. He makes sure that we're playing together. If we're not playing together, you'll see the mistakes. They'll get the lead on us, but you can see Valen bringing us back in and win that map for us. So yeah.
It feels like you're also used to handling a lot of pressure. Everybody has their eyes on you, and especially you as a duelist. Everybody's saying that you're the best. How are you handling that as well? Do you take it step by step? Do you know that you're winning the stage? You're winning Toronto? What is the mentality for the team?
From my previous coach, Potter, like she taught me just step by step. So I mean, I've taken that aspect and brought it to my own style of like game plan and ideas throughout the games, because you can't be overconfident with any of these teams, because you can see like these guys are shooting today, but we were a better team because we came back as a team and played together. So as long as the team is playing together, we're unstoppable. Simple as that.
And speaking of those teams, those next matches are going to be MIBR, Energy, 11T9. What is the one that you're looking forward to the most?
I'm ready for Aspas again, always. That's my GOAT every time.
Yeah?
That's my GOAT. So yeah, I'm ready to see. I know he's going to play Waylay too. It's obvious, the best Jet players are playing Waylay right now. So I'm excited to see Aspas on stage with that.
So everybody that you see with the Waylay, those are the best players in Americas, that's for sure. Thank you so much, Jorgamo.
Thank you.
And we'll send it back to you guys.